Black women are everywhere, right? In leadership, in culture, in data. But being seen is not the same as being recognized. So let's talk about it. Hi, I'm Dr. Lakeisha Watson, epidemiologist and data storyteller, translating data into public health insights for Black women. Welcome back to Epi Fridays. In public health research, we often see a similar pattern play out. We can clearly see the outcomes, right? Who's getting sick, who's dying, who's experiencing complications. But that doesn't always mean we are correctly understanding what produced those outcomes. And that difference matters, right? So take breast cancer. Black women are less likely than white women to be diagnosed with breast cancer overall, but more likely to die from it. And researchers consistently point to later stage diagnosis, differences in tumor subtype, and unequal access to timely, high quality treatment as key drivers of that gap. So again, the outcome is visible. The disparity is measurable, the pattern is well documented, but visibility alone does not explain the conditions that created it. And we see the same thing in autoimmune disease, right? So Black women are disproportionately affected by lupus compared to other groups. Not only are rates higher, but disease severity and complications are often worse, including kidney involvement and long-term organ damage. So the condition is visible in the data, the burden is visible in the outcomes, but the lived experience behind those numbers are not always fully recognized in how care is delivered or how symptoms are taken seriously over time. And this is where the idea of being seen versus being recognized becomes important. Black women are often highly visible in what we do and what we produce, right? We are seen as high performers, seen as reliable, seen as capable of holding multiple systems together at once. But recognition is something different. Recognition is when those outcomes are not just observed, but understood in context, when what the data shows is not separated from the conditions that shaped it. And without that recognition, visibility starts to distort. Because you can be fully seen in data and in workplaces and in culture and still have your full experience flattened into something incomplete. And in public health terms, this is what happens when outcomes are reported without the context that actually explains them. The number's correct, the trend is real, but the interpretation is incomplete. And that gap between what is visible and what is understood is where Black women are often left. Not unseen, but not fully recognized either. All right, y'all, that is this week's Epi Fridays. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next week. Bye.